Hi there, Jenny. Let's take a look at this new set of essays. The first one is about spending lots of money on weddings. Let's see what you said. Currently, more and more people are willing to spend a large amount of money on their weddings. In my opinion, the downsides of this trend are eclipsed by its advantages, as it can positively influence both a couple and their families, although it also let's see. Let's try that again. In my opinion, the downsides of this trend are eclipsed by its advantages, as it can positively influence both the couple and their families, although it also has certain negative impacts. All right, that last part was awkward. I wouldn't have put so many clauses here. Let's see, how can we simplify this just a little bit? In my opinion, the downsides of this trend are eclipsed by its advantages, as it can positively influence both the couple and their families. You know what? I wouldn't even put the last part. Okay? Yeah, so I would have left this out. In this essay, I will use examples to demonstrate my points and support arguments. Okay, fine. To begin with, spending too much money on a wedding can cause a waste of resources, plural. For example, it is, you've forgotten it here, it is not uncommon to see that the food and drinks served at the weddings never get finished, get without the S, as most host families focus more on impressing the guest rather than offering them the proper amount of food and drinks. Also, some of the decorations, such as the balloons or flowers, will be thrown away after the ceremony, since they are all customized for individual couples and therefore cannot be recycled and reused. Okay, fine. Let's see. On the other hand, a luxurious wedding that is held in an expensive venue with a delicate design, I don't think you mean delicate, I think you mean elegant, carries significant sentimental value to the groom and bride. This is largely because, for most people, their wedding could be their only chance to have such an extravagant experience in their lives. In addition, through a well-planned wedding, a family can show off its wealth and power to others, which could help them gain more attention and respect from other people or families. In China, to take an example, some families became more influential or gained extra business opportunities in the local regions after they held an expensive wedding. Okay. In conclusion, although a high-cost wedding will create a waste of food, beverage, and decorations, I am still convinced that it has more advantages, as not only the couple but also the families can gain numerous profound benefits from it. All right. Now, this is really interesting because you use a lot of the same arguments that I see a lot of other people using, but you did it a little more effectively, Jenny, okay? Because you talked about all this stuff as being positive. So you said that they gain something, and that's the way you framed it, and so I liked it. So this is their own. What you could have done is you could have maybe just extended some of this a little more. So what do I mean? I mean, let's see. So why is it important to have such an extravagant experience? All right, you could have said something like, this is something that will allow people to start off their married life on a very positive note, creating a sense of well-being and happiness at the start of their lives. Okay, so that would have been something nice to have added here. And then this was fine. I didn't mind this, but what you're missing in both of these paragraphs is a conclusive statement which links the last sentence back to the introductory sentence of each paragraph. So that's what was missing here. But I think you did a good job with this, okay? Could you have extended your ideas a little more? Yes, you could. But on the whole, fine. All right, so let's keep going and let's take a look at your cover letter. To whom it may concern, my name is Jenny Zheng. I am writing... All right, you need some sort of linker here, or you need to write a new sentence. So my name is Jenny Zheng, and I am writing this letter to apply for the English teacher position in your middle school. I have a bachelor's degree in English literature and a master's. We usually put an apostrophe S after bachelor's and master's, but not always. I've seen it both ways. And I also obtained my teaching license in English 3 years ago. Or teaching... No, actually, it's not my teaching license of English. It should be English teaching license or English language teaching license. But just written like this, it's a little awkward. In addition, my apartment is, well, that's not really, I wouldn't write this in a cover letter. We wouldn't, the employer doesn't care about your commute time. So that for me is a little irrelevant. Okay. I would not have written that. So, let's see. All right, let's move on. I am always very passionate about being a teacher, and I particularly enjoy teaching junior high and high school students, as those students are old enough to have proper communication with me. Due to my extroverted personality, I always keep good relationships with my students, and I also have my unique teaching style that is appreciated by most of the students. All right, it would have been nice if you had said something a little bit about that. I taught English for 3 years in Shanghai Middle School, and my duties, you'd plural duties, not just one, was giving the lesson, reviewing the homework, and organizing teachers' meetings, plural. I'm looking forward to a further discussion with you soon. Yours faithfully. Okay, lowercase f and faithfully. It's fine. The grammar is good. The details are fine. I would have liked maybe yeah, I guess it's okay. This part's all right. Maybe you could have said just a little more about that. Maybe you could have talked about your students. I don't know, like maybe your students did really well on some sort of English language test or something. Like maybe you could say, I prepared students for IELTS and they all got 7s, or you could have said something like that. That would have been nice, okay? So, but yeah, it's fine. You've done a nice job. Keep it up. Try to extend a little more if you can. All right, that'd be great. So let's see what you can do in your next set of essays. I'll be here. I'll be waiting to see what you write. The grammar is good. You've covered all the points. But like I said, I don't know how you're doing on time, but if you do have a little time, I want to see you extending your answers just a little bit more. Okay? All right. If you have any questions about that, just write it in your email. And I'll be looking forward to seeing your next set of essays. Okay? Good luck.